today's Krunker video, we're going to be talking about why Krunker Season 6 doesn't need to happen, or at least yet. Now, I will preface this video by saying all of this comes from a good place. I'm not trying to blatantly talk bad about the game, nor spread misinformation. I'm doing this video completely off the top of my head, just saying whatever I feel, so try to keep that in mind while listening to this video. And one last time, like I said, I am not doing this out of a place of spite. I'm not trying to bash the game. So let's talk about the current state of Krunker. Krunker Season 5 came out in September. It's been out for around 5 months or so, 4 months even, who cares? The only significant updates I can think of off the top of my head were originally Season 5 update, which was massive, was amazing. This video is not hating on Season 5. I think Season 5 as a launch season was really good, and there was really nothing wrong with it. It brought a bunch of content and made people happy for a while. And then a few months after Season 5 came out, we did get FaceIT, which is pretty cool. I like FaceIT when it's played how it's supposed to be played. However, there's issues with hackers, which I have not ran into yet, I don't believe. But another issue that I have ran into a lot is ulting. Not that ulting is gamer owning or anything like that. If I had to guess, I'd play against the people regardless, but there's something about someone who is like level 150 making a brand new account playing against the lowest tier players ever to get their rank up and eventually play myself and then be level 10 and beat me in that rank at gold, and you're level 10 but you have a skill of a level 150. It's very obnoxious, very annoying. Yes, you can report them, but it just ruins the experience. Side note, whenever I talk about FaceIT, yeah, there's a solution to everything I'm talking about. People who leave, people who are bad teammates, etc. I don't care. I'm sorry, I don't care about my FaceIT rank at all. What I do care about is people having good experiences, including myself, and a majority of the experiences are not good. Now, this is not necessarily Krunker's fault by any means. I believe this is more of a thing that FaceIT handles, and they're also doing a very good job. FaceIT as a whole went over pretty swell. I just have my own personal gripes with it. Some people don't care that much. It's whatever. I still have fun on it. And then later towards Christmas, we did get the Christmas event with the Christmas bundle, the drops, etc. All of that was great. But since then, in between those 3 updates I mentioned, not much was happening. Not much has happened. I really don't want to say this because Krunker Season 5 was an amazing launch, but ever since, especially if you take FaceIT out of the equation, which has been in development for over a year, could have came out in Season 4, it wouldn't have mattered. I feel as if, and please don't get mad at me, I feel as if Krunker Season 5 is turning into Krunker Season 4 too. And what I mean by that is, the season itself launched amazingly. There was map challenges, weapon challenges, nightmare challenges, raids, skins, etc. Pretty much everything we've ever asked for in this game, ever. It all seems great, CJ. Why are you complaining again? I want to preface this again by saying I love this game. I truly only want the best for this game, and I'm not saying that I know best. I'm just trying to get something to happen. Season 5 launched with more content than any other season ever has. Season 5 was the biggest season we've ever gotten. It still feels like Krunker Season 4 too. I feel as if Krunker Season 3 had technically a better entire season than Season 5 so far. If you guys are not aware, Season 4, we got like all of the new skins initially with Season 4, and then not many updates happened throughout the almost year-long season. It's a very boring time in Krunker.io. Now we have Season 5, which, launched amazingly, but went without, like, significant updates there for a minute, more or less quality of life updates, which means they're just fixing things in the game, making sure it works well. We got FaceIT. FaceIT's been cool, but it's not necessarily a seasonal activity. It's just a thing that should have been in the game for a long time, and it's in the game now, which is great. And then the Christmas event, of course, it's not really seasonal. So when we look at Season 5 at face value, as I've been saying, it had such an amazing launch. However, I feel as if we do not need Krunker Season 6, because I feel as if Krunker Season 5 has not been flushed out entirely, and it seems like more than not, seasons aren't as cool as they seem to be when they're announced. Krunker Season 1 was the launch season, whatever, sure. And it wasn't even really a season, it was just the game. It's just called Season 1 for simplicity's sake. Krunker Season 2, it launched with, a few hundred new skins. It was awesome at first. Was little to no updates. I'm pretty sure we didn't get an update for 2 months straight, and then we got the 2.0 update, which was an amazing update, and that season rode out fine. People look at Season 2 very fondly. Krunker Season 3, as I've also mentioned, launched very well, and people look back at Season 3 very fondly, so we were going up, and we hit Krunker Season 4, and, the season itself wasn't the worst thing that's ever happened, but I'd most definitely say it's by far the worst season that has been labeled a season. We got all of the skins. We've got, like, 5 or 6 updates throughout the entire year, and that's about it. I'm not talking about, like, quality of life updates. I'm talking about content updates, like things to do, because we got a lot of quality of life updates, just not a lot of stuff to do. So we were going up with Krunker Season 2, Krunker Season 3, and Krunker Season 4. And then Krunker Season 5 was supposed to be the biggest thing ever. It was supposed to be like the Magnus Open. It was supposed to be like insane. It was supposed to fix the game. It was supposed to save the game, etc. And I honestly think that it more or less did, but the game isn't that fun right now. And I think it could really be pinpointed to one specific issue. In Krunker, there's a lot of things to do. Custom games, mods, FaceIT, etc. What we're really going to be looking at here is pubs. What reason is there in the game to play pubs? Immediately, you're going to jump to your level. At level 50, you unlock the last unlockable, which is the Alien Blaster. Every level after level 50 does not matter. Hitting level 100 is cool, doesn't get you anything. Hitting level 200 is even cooler than 100. You're just a sad man at this point. Leveling up after level 50 is completely pointless and does not matter. We'll talk more on that later. And then I know this is going to be the immediate next argument. But CJ, there's map challenges in the game. But CJ, there's weapon challenges in the game for a really cool contraband skin. There's even nightmare challenges and these challenges and daily challenges. They're all pretty cool. I like that there's stuff to do in the game that actually can net you something. But the things they're giving us, no, I don't want to do all of these map challenges for 10KR. I'd much rather spend $100 than to ever do a map challenge. They're not that interesting. Weapon challenges. Lunar Eclipse skin is really cool. 99, if not 95% of the entire community will never reach those prerequisites to get Lunar Eclipse. So you just made an update inside of Season 5 for the top tier players, which we appreciate, but even as being myself, I have yet to get a Lunar Eclipse skin. I feel as if maybe they are a tad too hard to be what they are. And yeah, I'm gonna start talking about it again. I really feel like a short-term camo grind, something like Lunar Eclipse, would be cool. I really feel like there should be a short-term camo grind for like a gold camo, for example, that would take, I don't know, a few days to complete compared to a few months with like masteries or even getting a double nuke, which most people can't get a normal nuke. So going off of that, there's really not much for a majority of people to do. And then like I said, the daily challenges net you like 10KR, which is fine, I guess, especially since they're pretty passive. But then there's also like junk. That was another thing. The junkyard with Season 5 weapon crafting was supposed to be huge. And I'm not gonna lie, it is pretty cool, but a majority of the stuff I will never care about crafting because I just don't care to go hunt down these items. I might be in the minority here about weapon crafting. I don't care. It was a really cool concept, but with how hard it is to get junk, minus Junk Tuesdays that are now Twitch drops on Krunker. Besides that, you would pick up a junk drop in the middle of the map, get 0.01 junk. I understand it needs to be hard to get, but there needs to be something to do in the game. Why would I ever play pubs? Let's just say I'm level 50. I never have to play pubs again in theory, right? I could be wrong, especially with FaceIT now. I think I could get everything in the game done on FaceIT, which does have a reason to play. It has elo, it has rank, they have literal ranks, and there's rewards for playing. But you go back to pubs, you're level 50. After that, technically, you never have to play pubs again. Ever, especially now that FaceIT's introduced, which gives you more KR and levels you up faster. So inside of FaceIT, it would take a really long time, especially since you can't slay out in there as easily as you can pubs. But just as a hypothetical, I could go and FaceIT, get my masteries done. I can go into FaceIT, very unlikely, but I could get my Lunar Eclipse challenges done. I could get map challenges done, not all of them obviously, but some of them, and actually I don't even know if they're in there. They might not be, to be honest. But you see what I'm saying. A majority of the stuff that was added with Season 5 was an amazing concept that I believe was poorly executed. And I'm just saying this one more time. I mean this all out of a good place. I love this game so much, and I just want what's best for it. But it just seems as I keep on waiting, it's like we're staying stagnant. I remember joining this game August 16th, 2019, being so excited for this game to grow. I'm like, dude, I just found this game so early. I'm so excited to see what happens in the future. A year into the game, it was around Season 3's launch. Things were going pretty good, things were going up. A year later, Season 4 had been out for like 6 months or so or something, man, I don't know. And the game seemed pretty stagnant. A year later, we're not even there yet, but we're in the middle of Season 5 and little to nothing's happening inside of the game. Because, as I'm mentioning, there is little to no reason to play pubs. And for someone like me who doesn't really care to play custom games because I like to progress in video games, custom games are fun here and there, but they don't progress me in the game any further than anyone else. And then that's where you're gonna be like, well, CJ, go play FaceIT. I love Krunker, I do. I don't care to do aim trainer 6 hours a day to complete and FaceIT. I don't. I'll play it when I play it, I'll lose when I lose, I'll win when I win. I am not training for FaceIT. I refuse to do so. I'll play it, don't get me wrong, but I don't want that to be the answer to my problem. I want to play pubs. Everyone else also wants to play pubs. There is nothing to do inside of pubs. Especially for low tier players. They're never gonna get masteries. They're never gonna get lunar eclipse skins. What does that leave them with? Alien blaster, which they'll probably also never get. What else does that leave them with? Daily challenges, nightmare challenges, of which they will probably never complete, and map challenges, which will net them random items, very little KR, and very little junk. So more or less, what I am asking for in today's video is a very simple trade. Make the game fun. I play the game. Boom. To put it in more complex terms, give me a reason to play pubs. Give me a reason to sit here on stream hour after hour playing this game. And this is the part of the video where I'll start suggesting random things that may or may not work inside of Krunker. Because I think at this point we're desperate. Because I think at this point we're almost at the brink of being inside of Season 4 too. I don't want that to happen. I'm very happy with how Season 5 has gone, but just from looking at numbers, charts, stats, I could tell that people are more or less disinterested. And I'm trying to help. There's honestly a big reason why I didn't upload the past week or so. I had no video ideas. Yeah, I could have uploaded, I could have pulled something on my butt and uploaded it, but it would not have been interesting and you guys would have wasted your time. Same with me. I have not had an amazing video idea on Krunker in months. Pretty much since Season 5's launch. It's not Krunker's fault. It's not Season 5's fault. I've just been doing this for close to 3 years and it's hard to stay new and original constantly. Especially with like how I'm saying, there's little to nothing to do inside pubs, of which I do upload to YouTube. So yeah, I could do FaceIT. Makes me want to vomit most of the time. Sometimes it's fun. Yeah, I could make custom games content, which honestly I feel like would be the smart thing to do and it would work out best, but for some reason the videos do really bad on YouTube. So that leaves me with pubs. I've done everything. I have a few hundred nukes. I got my first mastery. No, I'm not going to take the time to get a second mastery. That's going to take me a whole nother few months. I barely want to play pubs right now, you know what I mean? So why would I get my other mastery? I guess I'll continue going for Lunar Eclipse, but I have to get 50 kills with that said class. Not calling in my nuke, not getting a secondary kill, not getting a knife kill. It's really, really hard, believe it or not. Because typically when you drop a double nuke, you get the 25 kills. You drop the nuke, let's just say you get 6 kills. That still puts you at 31. So you only need like 19 more kills. So let me start suggesting ideas for stuff to do inside of pubs. The first thing I'll immediately go ahead and list off, because I feel like this was already in the game and already makes sense. Map drops. I feel like map drops were a good reason to grind the game. However, the drop rates were far too rare for it to be even interesting. I got 1 ever, I think, maybe 2 ever in months. And now I believe they're inside KR packages, but I don't think anyone understands how KR packages work anymore. Can it be a KR package that I can get the map drop out of? I don't know. Does it have to be an RGB one? Does those even exist? I don't know. There's also a junk package now. When does that happen? I don't know. There's also a package that kills people. I don't know. Where does the map drop happen? I don't know. Put them back into the normal maps. Make it half as rare as it was. People will play the maps and get the items. Boom, something to do. Very little something to do, but something to do. Another idea that is something to do, but not much to do, but I feel like would just add another layer to Krunker, make people want to play the game. Something like a super jackpot weekend. So more or less, let's just say there's a full lobby, 8 out of 8. There has to be 8 people in order for this to work. Let's just say that because that'd make more sense. Now that I just thought about that, this is probably why they're not doing it. Because if there was one person in a lobby, they'd just get it every time. Let's just say there had to be 8 people, regardless, whatever. One person every lobby out of those 8 people got like 1,000 KR. It's not that much KR, but it's much more than you would have gotten inside that pub game. Especially you get that like 5-6 times in one weekend. That's 6,000 extra KR you didn't have before from just grinding your favorite game, Krunker. It's just an idea. Now these are where I'm gonna start throwing out more important ideas. I feel like these could help Krunker regardless if the devs want to do it or not. I hate to be this guy, but I feel like a battle pass would work perfectly inside of Krunker.io. People love items, make items to grind for. We grind for the items, we get the items, we played the game, there you go. I feel like it's not a hard concept, especially inside of seasons. I feel like seasons are typically supposed to be massive content updates, and like I said with Season 4, we only got skins with the season launch. Season 5 was an amazing launch. I'm not trying to take anything away from that. I'll stand by that. One of the best launches, especially close to Season 3 that we've ever had. But I feel like if you gave us all of the new skins, all of the new content to do, and a battle battle pass to grind, there would have been so much more to do. Unfortunately though, I think by this point people would have already been done with the battle pass, but we all know how battle passes work. There is a free tier and you could play the battle pass for free, so people don't even have to pay for it. They could get items. They would obviously be lower tier items like uncommons, blues, purples, etc. In the bottom tier though, you could have some sick legendaries for different classes towards level 100, have a contraband, and if you're really feeling frisky, you can throw an unobtainable at level 100, but just make it really hard to get. And obviously there's problems with inflation and stuff like that, and then there's problems with that not becoming as rare and etc. Obviously it wouldn't be tradable. And then another good idea, which I feel like is a good idea, after level 100 in the battle pass, every time you level up, which would take progressively longer each level, you would get a free KR spin, a heroic spin, each time you level up in the battle pass past level 100. Boom, I feel like that would just give a reason to play the game right there. Now, moving on to what I said at the beginning of this video, leveling is pointless. A battle pass would help that leveling system, but if they didn't want to do a battle pass system, I feel like this would make sense as well. Add a prestige system inside of Krunker.io. Now, I hate taking from other games, but these games have done things for a very long time and do it well. Literally, BO2 prestige system, BO3 prestige system, copy and paste spam. Imagine like every time you hit level 100, you prestige. So at level 1000, you're prestige 10, and it's plausible to get level 1000 inside of Krunker. It'd be really hard, but let's just say like someone in terms of strims who was like level 300 plus would be like level 1000. That's how long it would take to get level 1000. But every time you prestiged, you got like an exclusive contraband or something like that. That was exclusive to that prestige. And it was such a cool item that people were wanting to prestige. And then that would instantly give a reason to level up in the game, minus just bragging rights. And I feel like levels would be more distributed. I feel like more than not, most people in this game will never reach level 100. So take the level, shrink it in half. So the time that it takes to get level 50, that's your first level 100, or maybe 75. I don't know, man. Like I said, I'm just saying this off the top of my head. I don't know what would work best in the game, but I think that Krunker just needs more instant gratification. Not for me. I'm a grown man. I don't care. I'm barely amused by anything anymore. But for the people coming to this game, like I said, there's not much for them to do inside pubs. It might appear for there to be a lot of stuff to do. The map challenges look like there's a lot of stuff to do. The daily challenges look like there's something to do. The nightmare challenges seem like there's something to do. The weapon challenges, etc, etc, etc. But then the challenges you can do net you little to nothing and are honestly slightly harder than they should be for the reward they're giving out. Nightmare challenges are supposed to be hard, so ignore that part. And then, like I said, the lunar eclipse challenges people are never going to get. I'd say a fair 90 to 95% of people of the whole entire Krunker community will never ever get those things. So like, is this game made for content creators or people who are playing the game? It should be made for the vast public. Those are the people you're trying to keep entertained. This is my job, you know what I mean? I'm gonna continue uploading it regardless. I love this game. I do. But like, there needs to be a reason for people to be interested in this game. And I feel as if right now there is little to no reason to be interested in this game, minus FaceIT. FaceIT is very cool, but Krunker as a base game right now, I think is struggling a little bit. I think Krunker as a base game, or let me reword this. I think Krunker's base game is immaculate. I think like if you left it right now and just left it for years and decades and eons for people to play, people would always be like, this game's really fun. But I think they'd play it like once or twice and never play it again, because there's nothing to do in the game necessarily. It seems like there's stuff to do. In the grand scheme of things, it's very not important and etc. So yeah, like I could get another mastery, I could get lunar eclipse skins, I guess, but after that, what now? Wait another 3 months until the next mastery skin? There needs to be more to do inside of Krunker.io, especially pubs, since I feel as if that is their biggest player base, minus maybe customs. And I really feel as if something like a short-term camo grind or numerous short-term camo grinds would be a lot of fun for everyone. And what I mean by a short-term camo grind is to get like 10,000 kills with the AK. Everyone can do that. The better players will do it a lot faster, but the bad players can still do it eventually, you feel me? Prestiging in Krunker, I feel like that only makes sense. It would make leveling cool and it'd give leveling a reason besides past level 50. And then even something like a battle pass each season, I feel like would even add another layer to Krunker to make it more fun. Because at the moment, the map challenges aren't that interesting. You don't even get anything, I don't believe, for completing all of them, so why do it? Lunar Eclipse is hard for people even like me who's like almost level 140, so level 20s aren't gonna do it. And the masteries are cool. Anyone could, in theory, technically get them, but they take very, very long. Like, I just got Scout Mastery. It's going to be at least another 2-6 months before I get AK Mastery, and I'm already level 70 something on there. So more of the story, what I'm saying is there needs to be more to do inside of Krunker.io, and I just hope this video does something. It seems like when we make these videos, it for some reason changes the atmosphere, and I really don't like making these videos because I like to keep things lighthearted. I like to just, you know, have fun. But a few things that are important to note that I should have honestly mentioned earlier in this video. Sid, the lead developer of Krunker, did move recently, and honestly, I think he's taking more or less of a small break, which you can't be mad at the man at. People need breaks sometime. Go for it. But an announcement saying that you were taking a break would have been nice, because there for a hot minute I was like, wow, they're just not updating the game. But that's the thing, they're still updating the game because there's another developer like Techie, and they have other people who do things. We just haven't had like a juicy content update in a while. Christmas update was cool, don't get me wrong. It's been 2 months since Christmas, or it's February now, you know what I mean? I just want a reason to play this game. I want to go to people and be like, dude, this game's so much fun because of this. I used to do that back in season 1 and 2 and etc. I'm like, dude, look at the slide hopping. This is sick. Oh, sniping's fun. I've been sniping and slide hopping for almost 3 years now. We need more to do. We need something to do. We need reason. And I think that's how we're going to end today's video off. Make sure you guys start a conversation in the comments down below. If you guys have ideas, or if maybe you guys don't agree with something I said in this video, just please let me know in the comments down below, and try to keep it civil. Because like I said, I know we all love this game. We all just want the best for this game. So let's just strive for that and do something constructive today, guys, okay? One last time, I'll preface it one last time. I love Krunker.io. I love the dev team. It's one of the best games I've ever played, and I'll always remember this game until the day I die. But unless something happens within the foreseeable future, I don't know. And that's why I'm saying I don't know if we need Krunker Season 6 quite yet, because I don't want a Krunker Season 4-3. I think Season 5 can still live up to the hype and still do something amazing far past what it already has, and I think we should push towards this, and I think the Krunker development team should kind of try to rethink seasons as a whole, compared to it just being 500 skins and that's it. I feel like it should be like the biggest update each time it comes out, which it always is, but not by, I don't know, man. I love you guys. I hope you guys understand. I just talked off the top of my head, like I said, but I just want something to do in the game, you feel me? But I think we're gonna end off the video here. Otherwise, I'm gonna keep on talking all day. Thank you guys so much for watching this video once again, and as always, it's been your boy, CJ Or Sorable, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.